What's going on, everybody? Z here, and welcome back to some more Astro colonies. So in the last episode, we parked on a planetoid, and we got some things going. We got some stuff going. We've got our astronauts. Well, we got a astronaut on board now, and we now can make glass. We have some advanced smelters and things like that going. We have all kinds of fun things going. So what we're gonna be doing in this episode is getting our further productions going. Now what we need for that is we need glass. So we're gonna focus on trying to get some glass here. The only way that I know that we can get it, and from reading the comments that everybody's been telling me, is basically go hand mining. Have fun hand mining. That is what everybody's telling me. So I think we're gonna start off by having some fun hand mining a whole bunch of stuff, because what I need is I need these transport pipes. Now each one takes glass and it takes some screws and some gears, so I need to make sure that we are staying on top of that stuff as well. So we've got rods being made into screws. No, we don't. Okay, so I have 83 screws there. Let's go ahead and make sure that these are all going. Okay, so I have 50 something gears, more rods, and then rods we need screws. All right, so let's go ahead and let those do their thing. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna start hand mining. Nothing super crazy, nothing exciting. We're gonna go ahead and hit these rocks to start with, and that's gonna give us all of 3 quartz, which is kind of terrible, but at the same time it's fine. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and start. I'm just gonna start here and just kind of go to town. Oh, I found a good quartz motherlode here. So it looks like on this planet, this darker spot right here, this is actually quartz, which is phenomenal. Exactly what we need. All right, so I'm actually kind of curious. So we have quartz here, and every time I mine this down, I get a quartz. So I'm actually kind of curious, if we go into mining and if I place this down, is there the potential to get any more quartz than what I'm getting now? You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually kind of curious. Hold on. Let's go ahead and let's build a floor in here. I'm going to get a floor. We'll get a concrete floor. And I'm just going to place this here and here. Because like I know there's quartz right here. So I'm just kind of curious, like, to see how much we'll get. If it'll just give us like the 1-for-1, or if we'll get, because I want to say, I thought it said before, hit that one there. Yeah, I want to say I thought it said it was gonna give us 3 per chunk instead of the 1, but I'm not 100% sure, so we're gonna check that out. Let me go ahead. Do I have any gold wire? I don't have enough gold wire. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's go grab some gold wire. We're gonna throw some solar panels on that bad boy, and we're gonna see if this will work for gathering that at all. If not, then we'll just go back to hand mining. I do have a bunch in my inventory. I already put 130 in there. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some more in there. Now I am turning all this to glass right now because I need the glass. So that is a thing. Let's see if we have any golden wire. And then, like I said, we've got to get we've got to get this done today. We've got to get these other things being made, because this is just terrible of trying. Actually, you know, I'm gonna go and split those. I'm gonna take some of those. We got to get these machines up and running, because we've got to get these further resources, these further things crafted down, so I don't have to make them by hand. You know what, actually, let's also go ahead and throw the dirt into here, and we'll get that going. I want to focus more on research stuff, but I feel like we have so much to do in this point of the game already that I don't want to get anything else researched, because it's just gonna put us behind. You know, I want to mess with what we get as we get it, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's grab you know what, let's actually grab some floors here. Let's grab this 2, 3. We'll go ahead and throw those there. Let's grab the devices. No, utilities. Now if I'm not mistaken, I think we only need 3 here. All right, now, oh, it's grabbing dirt, and it's just 1 dirt. Okay, see, now it's doing 1 quartz and 2 dirt. I don't know. Well, see, now it's getting 2 quartz. Oh, you know what though? How much is it? Is it doing 2 nodes at a time? I think it's doing 2 nodes at a time. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave this. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna let it sit, let it do its thing, because why not? might as well. We'll let it do its thing. And now we can go over here. We can kind of focus on getting some other stuff done. So we've got to get our advanced crafting lines done here. So I'm going to go ahead and take those. And then we need, let's see, do I have some gears already? I have some gears. And then let's go into here, and I should have glass. Okay, so let's take this. Actually, I don't even need this in my inventory because we can make them. So let's figure out how we're gonna do this. Let me play with some ideas here, kind of figure this out, and then I'll bring you back once I have hopefully something kind of made up here. Oh, let's see. All right, so I have an idea. And it is because I'm looking at devices. I don't have that many devices left. We have constructors, advanced constructors, and then we have, like, you know, manufacturer, advanced manufacturer. We don't actually have that many machines here. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and put a floor in above here to start with. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do to start with. All right, so I have this top floor here. So let's go ahead and let's get this bad boy connected. Now we know that this is going to be connected through these stairs. This is really not going to be here, but I want to make sure that everything we're doing is staying within the structure of this, because like I said, eventually we're going to go through and put like a skin on this, I think, except for these guys. Obviously they need to be available and above and all that stuff. So but as far as the tubes go, now we're going to figure out this tube system and see if this whole thing works. So what I need is utilities. What do we have here? Actually, it's going to be under paths. Conveyor joint. Can I attach this directly to? All right, so this is going to be the interesting part here. Is I want to output these to this. So what's going to happen is these two storage containers are going to go to this one storage container to start with. So once we're going to do that first, and then yeah, that's the first thing we're going to do. Very first thing we're going to do. So let's go ahead. Trying to figure out how we're going to do this here. All right, I think I have an idea. So we're going to have, now I didn't want only one output, but I think one output might be okay for this for now. And if we need to increase the speed, we can, but I think I should be able to go like this. That's going to go into there, and that's going to send it directly into this. Okay, so that is good. I'm trying to do both sides at the same time, so that way I can mirror up everything as well as possible, as good as I can. So let's go ahead and grab our conveyor belt here. Now we will eventually get advanced conveyor belts too, which will make them faster. Okay, so now we have that. Now what I need to do is we need to get some pipes in here. Oh, we need to get some pipes. I'm so excited about this. Okay, and then what I want pipes to do, I want them to go straight up to start with. I want something like that. And then what I'm thinking of doing is actually bringing them straight over this way. And then in here. Because I like the idea of pipes being like readily seen in the station. You know what I mean? Like, I like the idea of being able to see these moving pieces. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's bring this over. That's gonna end there. Okay. And then let me go ahead and grab my we need this conveyor joint again. So we'll go ahead and put one there and one there. And then grab our pipe. Oh shoot. Hold on a second. This is not right. This is incorrect. Wrong. Pretty sure I need to go this way and then switch the inputs. Yes. Yes, that should work. Okay, so now I should be able to bring this over and then down. Over and down, and then that should connect those. Now I do have to do redo this wire here, which is fine. Go ahead and delete that. That stuff back there is not going to work anymore. It's okay. We'll get it working here shortly. All right, so there's that, and then eventually these wires are all going to get moved anyways. So those are all good. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so I like how that looks. Oh, minus this. Okay, so we are flowing. We are flowing very nicely. Everything's coming through here, draining in to this one main base station here. Now, what we're gonna do from here, this is where things are gonna get fun, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna start separating everything to where it needs to go. Now, as far as I'm concerned, basically everything can go to these first machines. However, except for the wires, like we're not gonna be making the wire here, this recipe here, because what we're gonna be doing at this station is making plates. So we're gonna be doing that, and then from plates we're gonna go to wires, and then from wires, hold on a second. Okay, from wire, then we can go to electronic part, and then we can get some steel screws going as well. Wait, where's steel screws? Steel screws are made from rods. Rods are made back here. So further in the line back here is this. Okay, so now what we're gonna need to do, we need to move these machines closer together. They need to get squished closer, because they don't need to really be that far away. But for this one, we need to bring in all of the bars, iron, copper, and gold. Is that correct? Iron, copper, gold. Yes. Okay, so iron, copper, gold, that looks good. Now, once we start getting the advanced machines, I think what we might end up doing is building the advanced machines with using the advanced materials and moving the advanced materials further on down the line, I think. But I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to leave this side alone because it's all hooked up doing its thing. This is the side that I'm going to play with, and then I will mirror on the other side over there. Hopefully that's going to be the plan here. So yeah, let's get this going and kind of figure out what we're doing here. Okay, so ideas have been going kind of, yeah, I was playing with some things, I deleted some things, redid some things, and so far this is what I got. Now it doesn't look like a lot, I already know. Basically what all I did was hook up this pipe here, going down into this constructor here. Is the constructor? Yes, we're going into the constructor here. So nothing super crazy there. However, I did have a whole output system set up and things like that, and there's a thing that I want to split everything that we make. I want a storage unit to continue sending items down to be processed further, and I want a storage unit where it will hold the already created item, so that way if I need that item at any point for base building, I will have it readily available. So I want to keep half for keeps and half for continuing further refinements. So this is the best option that I've come up with so far, trying to keep things symmetrical here, but it's interesting to do so. Very interesting. So what I'm gonna do here is, because it actually works pretty good for these machines here, is all I really need to do is if I go into here and I basically just grab one there, all I need to do is send that up, because these pipes do connect. So if I go like this, those pipes are actually going to connect and make, you know, they're going to come together, which actually brings us to my next point. The reason that this bar is sitting here is because I had a pipe coming up here and another one of these right here trying to go into it, but it connected. It was acting all super sorts of weird. So that is not really an option for us going forward. So I'm going to go ahead and pop a hole in here, because I want to bring that tube up through here like that. Now what's going to happen here, this is going to be the beginnings of you know, making sure that we have the stuff that we need while also being able to do anything that we need to. So we went ahead and we put an output there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and throw a belt onto here like this. One there, and then one going this way, one going that way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put some logic on there. We're going to throw a splitter like that. We're going to set the middle to 0, so it's 50-50. Now, the outputted items of these, both of these, will go and split between these two storage things completely. Now, this side is going to be used to further process. This side is going to be just to keep. Now, what I'm trying to decide is if I want a full storage unit for just one set of items. You know what I'm saying? So, like, part of me says yes, make it big, make it better, make it, you know, just do it now. Other part of me says, do we really need all that space for all those items? Probably not. But I'm gonna just leave it like it is and see how it goes. If we need to redesign, we can, but I think that's gonna work for that. So let's go ahead, let's get these machines fired up. Let's actually get these running so that way we can start benefiting from there's my belt. So we can start benefiting. Put you there. Wait, hold on a second. Why is there a yellow and a... Oh, it's because it's green and red. Oh, darn. So that's not actually gonna work, huh? Interesting. What if I did this and then did that? No, it doesn't know where to go. Okay, you know what? Let's just do this then. Let's just get a belt going into one centralized little deal right here. Let's do that. We'll get a belt going in, and we'll just do belts here. I guess there's no reason to do pipes here if you don't need them. Just overcomplicating things. This is going the wrong direction. All right, so that's going. All right, so that looks good. Those are going to go up in here, and then they're being split off evenly. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, what's going to be good about this is if this is full for any reason, they will just continue going that way. But it shouldn't be full. We shouldn't ever really have that issue, to be completely honest. So that looks good. Oh, we need to get the inputs and all that stuff going, and we need to get the power and stuff like that going. I do also need to do the power underneath, and let's go ahead and let's fix this now. I need to unlock the foundations. There we go. Now I can remove these foundations. Now we can run power underneath. That's ultimately what I need to do. There we go. Finally. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. Let me go ahead and delete that. And then we're going to run power underneath. We're going to run power underneath for all these machines as well. So let me see. I like to poke the holes in the floors so I know where the power needs to go beforehand, because if I don't, I just forget super fast. So all right, perfect. So power is now flowing through the floor back to here. These machines are up and running, looking very nice. And we're going to go ahead and by making the plates like that. That looks good. I just got to get this hooked up here, and we are going to be pulling iron, copper. We're not pulling aluminum yet. We will eventually, but iron, copper, and gold. Now this is gonna be the extra. Then the next interesting thing here is if I put this here, because I think that belt is going like that. That should be going down into there, which should then go into there. Okay, cool. So that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the same thing on this side, get the other machine up and running, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. All right, so now that machine's up and running as well. Both of those are going to go into here. Oh my gosh. I forgot that I have a lot of stuff already in here. Well, you know what? Let me go ahead and just pull these out. That way we can give that that machine a chance to actually get going. Okay, this might actually be an issue here. We might need faster belts. Okay. So that looks good. Now, the only other thing that I'm running into is we are eventually going to have to output other stuff from this container, because this container is bringing in everything. So I do need to be able to get to this spot right here, which shouldn't be an issue. And then basically filter out everything except for the iron, copper, and all that stuff. But hopefully all that stuff should go down into these machines here. So I don't know, we'll have to see over time. Okay, so there's one there's our first line of refinement done. Now what we need to do is we need to get this machine hooked up to go from the iron, copper, and gold plates to the wires. So basically we need to make this machine as well. Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and line this bad boy up and get this figured out as well. Okay, so for this line, this one's gonna be a little bit different. Just for the sake of, well, actually, you know what? We'll probably end up moving this one back over. But it is a little bit different just because it's more asymmetrical than anything else. So yeah, this one's gonna have to get moved over eventually. Anyway, actually, you know what? Should we just move that now? Yeah, because I already hooked up everything. Let's go ahead and delete that. Let me grab everything out of here first. All right, so this is looking a little bit better here. Let's see, do I have everything I need for these guys? I believe so. So we can go ahead and grab that, grab this, switch that like that, and throw our pipe on here. That looks good. Go ahead and throw this on here. That looks good. Okay, so everything that I'm running is, like I said, this is reserves. So this is not going to be touched. We're going to leave it so that we have the items that we need to make what we need. Specifically the screws. The screws are gonna be huge here. And then here is where we can pull from whatever, and they can continue going on into the processing process. Now, since we have screws and stuff like that in here, I did set up a filter on this guy to only allow the plates, because that is all I want to do at this stage is copper, iron, and gold. That's all I want to do. I just want to do those things. That's it. Now, this is probably gonna take a while, so what we'll probably have to end up having to do is, you know, getting things set up a little bit, you know, getting a variety of items in here. That way we have time to let everything run through the system, because we're gonna get backed up right now. Actually, no, this is looking good. So this is already emptied out. That's already emptied out, which means that, yeah, so things are working here. Yeah, things are working here. Things are looking pretty good. But yeah, we're gonna have to let the system run through. So let me go ahead and let me get this set up and kind of walk you through how I did this one. I'm gonna do it very similar to that one, but with this one, and then we're gonna go through this one, and then probably one more stage, because we need to get let's see, after rods we actually need to get screws being made. Well, actually, you know what, screws aren't gonna end up going in here anyways, because they're gonna get made at a later stage. But for the sake of just making them now, we're making them now right there, and then they'll eventually get moved. But we need those right now. So all right, let me go ahead and get this hooked up, and then yeah, everything should be good. All right, so this machine is up and running. We got both machines up and running now. Both of them are being input, outputs. We've got everything looking good. Those are doing their thing, they're doing their thing. Okay, so we're doing the screws here. Like I said, eventually these are only gonna be doing plates, but for now we're doing the screws here. Those are gonna come later. So later down the line, what we're gonna do is actually here, this is not gonna be in charge of doing any of this. It's only going to be making iron rods and iron rods. As it seems to be making iron rods. So is there, oh shoot, we also need to pull the carbon ore. Okay, so we need to pull the carbon ore from here. It needs to bypass these machines, and it needs to go directly into here, so that way it can be brought out into here, and then we can bring that out into another. Okay, all right, so trying to think how many items we have here, because if I set a filter block, we can only filter so many items. Okay, now I could do this with a belt. Actually, I could do this very easily if I just put a filter there and just go straight into here. How would that work on the other side? Will that work as well in here? So we could basically, okay, so we already pulled from there. So what I could do is I could pull ice from here, bring it into this belt here, and then pull carbon straight into there. Okay, that's what we're gonna end up doing. We're gonna pull carbon straight from there using belts, because belts I think will work just fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and just basically hook that straight into there, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go actually like this, grab ourselves a filter, put that there, and we just want ice. And then this filter, oh, actually, yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. All right, so now that that's gone, let's go ahead and grab, where are you? Filter block. And we want this. And then I need a belt going this way and then this way. There and then there. Okay. So that's going to send all the carbon out. And then I need to do the same thing here. Okay, hey, you know what? We got the carbon figured out. Okay, I was a little bit worried about the carbon, but we got it figured out. I actually forgot about it completely. Like, let's be honest here. I completely forgot about the carbon. That should be able to go ahead and drain out of there. Perfect. Okay, so then that's going to go into this storage. It's going to be full of carbon. So then we need to pump the carbon out. And I think what we need to do is we need to pump the carbon, the aluminum, and the glass. I think those items need to get pumped into a new storage unit, which we can then do a divvy up for advanced like recipes and things like that. So I feel like we need more area. We might actually end up expanding this all the way back to here. I think we are. I think we're going to. You know what? I gotta say though, I like the amount of space we have. I like that things aren't super cramped together right now. I feel like in my my last playthrough, we were definitely super cramped. I was like shoehorning things into places, and I like having the room. I like having the room to have stuff and like look at it. It's like, oh, you can obviously see kind of where things are going to and from, and it's nice. So that looks pretty good. I gotta say that looks pretty good. Now, for the sake of getting things done, I absolutely want to get these rods being made. Absolutely want to get rods made. So what we're going to do... Wow. Okay, so this is going to be an issue here. There aren't 0 plates for us to pull from right now. So I've come across a pickle here, and I should have saw this coming, and I don't know why I didn't. All of the resources from here are going into here. None of them are getting pushed into this machine here, which is getting pushed over here. None of them are. That's because there's none in there, which means I can't take plates out of there and throw them into here because they're immediately leaving. So as you can see, like they come in, they're gone. They're immediately leaving and going in here, stacking up in here, which is fine because I need them made anyways. But I also want to be able to make sure that I'm automating iron rods, and I also want to make sure that I'm making screws and gears and things like that. So I'm actually trying to figure out like what I should do here. Now, part of me was thinking, okay, well, what we could do here is we could switch this a little bit to where I could have a main storage for each wing. And depending on the wing would depend on where resources got sent. So essentially one wing, I would allow, certain things to go certain places. Basically it would save some iron rods or some iron ingots to then get made into a constructor to make iron plates specifically for iron rods. And then iron rods specifically into screws, and then screws specifically into gears, and then yeah, so I'm actually thinking that we're gonna have to have maybe an entirely new production chain for the sake of the iron rods. So what we have here works for what we're doing now. This all right here, this works just fine. So we've got our stuff here coming in. We've got our, we've got this stuff. This stuff is working fine. So I'm just thinking of the future and what we're gonna have to do here regarding resource management and stuff. So I'm gonna think on this. I'm gonna figure this out. That's gonna end it. Thank you so much for coming out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, all the fun things. And next episode, hopefully I'll have an answer for you. I might do a little bit of play testing, just kind of like figure out what I like, what would work. We might honestly we might just have to leave this section right here alone and kind of move into a whole new kind of area, maybe this back area, which is going to be for the advanced crafting, which we make plates and rods and things like that specifically for the advanced crafting stuff. So, which is kind of a bummer because like we have it here, but yeah, I don't know. Leave your comments down below. I'm curious what you guys think, but that's gonna end it. Thank you so much for coming out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye everybody.